And oh my god, this is really happening. Guys. This is not good. Okay, let's go into detail as to why Boruto using his karma right now is insanely dangerous. Back in chapter 25 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, this is where we see Boruto speaking to Momoshiki. We learn that Boruto gives Momoshiki a pretty nice deal. If you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of deal. The type of deals they make on Wall Street. And even though I think it's insanity, I think it's because Boruto knows something we don't know about Jiraiya. Because even though he did okay in his first fight with him, and he wasn't too far off, and I do believe him and Kawaki could take on Jiraiya, but will probably end up in a stalemate just like the last fight. And wait, actually hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, Jiraiya was really caught off guard and probably wasn't even using his full strength, and Boruto probably realized this, and that's why he went to Momoshiki as a last form of desperation. And there's something to be said about Boruto's state of mind. He hasn't personally said it, but I think he's going through levels of depression that are unimaginable. Let's go back to pre-time skip. During the fight against Ishiki, Momoshiki takes over Boruto's body and immediately causes chaos, which resulted in Sasuke losing his Rinnegan. In the aftermath, Boruto was in a severe state of sadness, knowing that he was the reason that his master lost his single greatest ability. Out of fear that Momoshiki could potentially do more damage, he tells Kawaki that if he ever loses control over his body, that he should kill him. And this was crazy. This is next level sacrifice, which displays his level of maturity, and that's beautiful that he has the strength and courage to be this selfless. And of course, Kawaki does indeed go on to kill him in the fight with Code because the beast came out. And luckily, Momoshiki revived him using the rest of his karma data to fully reconstruct Boruto, essentially sacrificing the chance for his own revival. Everybody thought the sky was all blue because, woo, the demon won't come out anymore, and boy, were we wrong. It is later revealed to us that he can still take over Boruto's consciousness. And to me, this feels like no progress was made. There's something to be said about Boruto constantly giving up himself to be sacrificed. Now let's go back to my earlier point about what I said in chapter 25. He promises Momoshiki that he will give him his body if he helps take out Jiraiya. I got a real bad feeling about this because when I first read it, this kind of feels like choosing hell for hell. Jiraiya and Momoshiki are more alike in nature. The Shinju have the same kind of goal as the Otsutsuki's, even though Momoshiki does say he thinks Shinjus are frauds, which I can agree. They're basically fake Otsutsuki's. But they have the same goal, which is turning this world into a big chakra fruit tree. You know, the big thing that Madara was glooming over our heads in Shippuden. And I just have a feeling that this is just next level desperation. I'm interested to see if Koji's preacher's ability can see this convo, but I have a feeling he can because of Momoshiki's time warping ability. Now you're probably wondering why this all matters. And let me tell you something. In the current chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Mamushi is coming to the village to take out Ada for his own pleasure. And the Konoha Avengers are the only ones who can stop him. Boruto is currently in Area C fighting Mamushi, and his clones are just as strong as he is, only lacking lesser intelligence. And at the end of the chapter, Boruto finally uses his karma for the first time in the time skip. And this circles back to the moment I was speaking about earlier. In that convo between him and Momoshiki, Momoshiki never agreed to help him. He just smirked, kind of just looked at him when he gave him the proposal. Now he's using karma because on one hand, Mamushi is way too strong to not use it. And on the other hand, he's risking a Momoshiki takeover, which is the reason why he ran from Kawaki in earlier chapters because of resonance. When Kawaki turned on his karma, in turn Boruto's automatic on as well with no control. I'm really scared for the village right now. This is gonna be pain part 2. Not only is there a future where Ada and Himawari die as well in this battle, but the fact that Jiraiya is currently still in the village hanging out, and I just can't see a scenario where he doesn't interject in the current affairs. Even if Mamushi can seal his chakra, I'm sure he can feel the vibrations and people actively fighting in the village. But he has made it very clear that he does not want Konoha to become a war zone, which is why Mamushi is devising such a secret plan to take out Ada. However, Konoha is definitely going to become a war zone. It's inevitable. And the sad thing is, I can see a scenario where after this, Momoshiki takes over for a good portion of the story, similar to Sukuna. But I personally think it's too early in the story for that. However, it would compromise Shikamaru so bad if it is ever found out that he's working with Boruto, because as you know right now, Lord Kobu is on his ass. So if Boruto ever lashes out in the slightest, or anything like that ever happens, it's game over. Honestly, it might be game over right now because we have no idea how Mitsuki is gonna go help out in the battle as he's being interrogated, because I'm telling you, he is very much needed right now. But we will see. And I did want to say, I don't know how many chapters will be in the story, because right now the pacing is done very well. The most I could see is probably maybe 150 more to 200 more chapters. And that's a big maybe, because this story is progressing very well in a good pace. It won't be like Naruto Shippuden. I don't see a scenario where it runs that long. And to finish this off, I'm honestly scared for Boruto, because I know that monster is going to fuck some shit up sooner or later. But for now, he has Sasuke's sword back with some new cool features. So I guess, that will do for now.